Okay, it looks like I'm outside of the backyard garden and it's around evening time. Apart from seeing a swarm of insects right over my neighborhood backyard garden, right in front of other people's houses, I'm going to go a little bit closer here, but I'm not going to go way too close because there's a very spiky plant. But if you know where to look, there's actually a ring-necked parakeet perched on a tree here. And it looks like it's feasting on something. It's very interesting that we normally don't associate parrots with the UK, and it looks like it's getting a good feed. Somehow I've actually got it right on camera, hey? I might zoom in just a bit, hey, but I need to be very careful here. Just the silhouette of that parrot, hey, without being tickled over by that thorny plant thing. And as you can see, the parrot is having a nice meal. It's somehow very interesting. And normally, of course, yeah, I have to say those green blighters have pretty much been very successful colonisers to the UK via the pet trade, I guess. And it seems like that after the pet trade, it seems like they became very successful critters. It's basically like, a very tropical resident, now thriving in the lesser tropical climate, considering it's about 21 degrees Celsius today. Well, that's kind of close to like the temperatures that you find in a warm subtropical type environment. It's so nice seeing this parakeet feasting, of course. Looks so beautiful. I wonder what's he feasting on. I'm not sure if it's a male or female. If anyone can tell me what bird it is. And apparently we've got some seagulls squawking in the background here, right? And if you don't know where to look, the seagulls are right outside here, hey? Obviously I'm trying to be very careful as I'm filming here, hey? There's one of them. And there's another one here. Crikey, there's a lot of seagull activity right over at my neighbourhood, and I can also see a jet, but I'm not sure if you can see it very closely. Right through the hedgerows, that white thing here, eh? It's pretty much far beyond it as I'm looking right over and beyond. I can't see a plane here. And again, I can hear some strange seagull sounds. Not sure if I'd have to turn the brightness down because it's been really, really sunny. I don't think, well, I initially thought there was an airplane here, but I can't see it. No, I couldn't even see it. Maybe I can, but it turns out I can't. Well, let's go back to the parakeet and see what was going on here, right? I can't see it, so here it is. I can see the parakeet here, right? Wonder where is it feeding on? Apparently somewhere right there, I think so. Maybe around here. Now there it is. I can see the silhouette just moved. So that there's the parakeet in the middle. You can see what's moving. And there you go. It's just moved on to another branch. It's clinging onto it. Somehow it's so fantastic. And of course, yes, I heard these birds, like all parrots, are all long-lived. That's one of the major factors that no other person would probably know of. And I mean, those parrots, like many other birds, and I mean, seagulls can pretty much longevitize their lifespan, if that's a real word, hey? And I can hear some very melodious bird sounds outside here, eh? You can see the tail. The tail is protruding outside here, eh? And of course, yes, we've got a melodious sound of a blackbird outside of my backyard garden. And amazingly, as I'm filming this parakeet along with the blackbird singing outside, and there's another seagull flying away in the background here, eh? I think they're lesser blackbacks. And it's actually quite amazing. This parakeet is pretty much feeding all by itself, all alone indeed. And amazingly, surrounding this is, apart from the parakeets, I can also see the alleyway where the traffic is. A complete alleyway, to possibly say the least. Don't know why I have to repeat it, but there's some cars zooming past by. And of course, yes, I can't see the parrot because I'm getting distracted by songbird and seagull noises here, right? Yeah, it actually is quite fantastic seeing a parakeet outside in my backyard garden. Fairly nice to know seeing it. And I'm having trouble to film the parrot because I can't see it feeding. Somehow, and the seagulls are trying to. They're just squawking their lungs out. Lots of seagull activity. But the parakeet. Oh, I'm pretty sure that. I can't see it. Maybe it would have been flown off to another area here. Maybe around. Oh, I can't see it. Maybe it's that thing there in the middle, though. I'm pretty sure that thing with the ponytail is definitely the parakeet. And it looks like it's still feeding on something, I suppose. Hey, if I go ahead and zoom in, coming in closely, there it is. That is the ring-necked parakeet. There's only one bird, but I heard they can still actually go to get it in flocks. It's fairly nice to see one parakeet feeding outside in the backyard garden. It's kind of like living in Sydney, Australia, where you have a lot of lorikeets and cockatoos, and I think those birds are actually a lot much more well behaved than, either lorikeets or cockatoos. I mean, lorikeets are a bit gentle, I guess. There you go. This parakeet is having a nice feast. Very interesting to have a bit of parrot activity around my neighbourhood, hey? Very interesting. And as I said before, parrots are one of the world's most long-lived birds in the world. And I heard that macaws can live up to 30 to 60 years, which is something I've never known. As a little fact, maybe I did a toy review about macaws, and yeah, I was certainly correct. And this parakeet is feeding on some fruit, or maybe some buds of seeds on top of the tree. I can't really tell what it's actually eating though. A lot of food in its ways. And very, very nice stuff indeed. I've just noticed something here. There's actually a spider crawling right over at this fence here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but if I look very closely, there's actually a spider around this part here. Can you see the legs right over in the middle here? A very small spider. Just shows how much coat I've got in my hands here, right? And if I go near to it, yep, there it is. That's the spider. Tell you what, as I feel like I'm a flippin' full-grown Aussie, look at this. I can just play around and play daft on spiders, and off he goes. I'll tell you what, that was pretty interesting seeing the parakeet outside, and that is, of course, the rest of my backyard garden, with nothing much else into it though, but just thickets of grass, and also that very awesome flower indeed that I've just basically watered twice or even once so far today. And I'm just cornering around against the very bright and strong sunshine here. I'm trying to find where the parakeet is. Is he still here, or he or she gone, or I can't really tell. And the neighbour's dog has just barked. And I just saw another bird flying beyond it. I think the dog is pretty much distracting me with his or her bark. But don't worry, the bark is pretty much something worse than the bite. I can't really see where the parakeet is. Yeah, I think maybe I think that's probably about it throughout the rest of this whole video. As I'm trying to zoom. Oh, here it is. It's still there. I was wrong. Parakeet is still there. He's still persistently feeding on a very bright day like this. And mind you, the sun is setting real slowly because we are going up towards summer. So amazing. And the dog is just barking, I suppose, hey? I think those birds here, like many parrots, they would often eat like fruits, seeds, nuts and berries of sorts. They are primarily frugivorous. If you don't know what that word means, they are fruit-eating birds. Possibly vegetables they might also eat too. I think in India, those birds are seen as a pest, but can also be seen at the same time as a bird relating to aviculture and as part of the pet trade. It's quite amazing that this bird here, very exotic, but straightforward welcoming. Did you see the green plumage on him? Because that was the sunshine reflecting him. And it's gone to the other side here, right? And where's that parrot? Oh, there he is. He's moving. Wonder where's it gonna go up to. Basically feeding some remnants of fruit. I can't tell what that tree is, but I bet you what, it has some amazing seeds and other whatnot. Mind you, I'm just being spiked by that thorny plant, which you can't see in this video here because I'm focusing on that shaky camera with the parrot. Very unusual to have parakeets in the UK, and somehow that is very interesting of late. Never thought of having a parrot, a wild one of course, in this country, but very nice to know. And the sunshine is so strong, and there's a lot of midge activity here because we're going up towards summer. A lot of midges and stuff. I can't see the parrot again because I'm blocked by the sunshine here. Oh, there it is. I can see the parrot. Noticing I'm going up towards here. Yeah, I can tell what, this parrot is certainly having an amazing feed. And there's some very chatterboxy magpies outside in my backyard garden too. It's amazing that I'm filming such a very unique and exotic bird, and it looks like it's preening its feathers. I can't see another parrot which looks very similar like this. And of course it is a wild bird after all, but they are not really exactly wild because they would have been kept via the pet trade. And there's a duck quacking outside. And there's a fly trying to attack me. Crikeys! Why the bloody hell was there a fly trying to attack me in this video? I just heard some very persistent buzzing sounds. It's that time of the year, you know, when insects sort of come to play at their peak. And you can see that the parrot is straightforward, doing all the hard work to get his nutrition. Can't really tell what tree it is, but I tell you what, there's a lot of fruit, seeds, nuts and berries in it. Very interesting. And the sunshine is straightforward. It's a nice contrast. Very beautiful. It is somehow very nice to look at. Yeah, such a nice bird. Wonder if I might see it fly away of such. Just stunning to look at. That looks very, very amazing at times. Yeah, I can still see it's basically feeding still. Having a nice little feast. Just a beautiful looking bird that no other British person may actually know so much about it. It's amazing that they've actually colonised so well in places like Highbury Park in Birmingham or other parts of Birmingham. I don't know, they are very successful birds after all. Let me just pretty much get to the other side here without being attacked from such prickly thorns. And there's a fly again, hey, trying to work his way in. And the parrot, well, I can't quite recall of seeing him, but no, maybe I might as well go to that other side here, which I'm definitely more familiar with. Strange enough, and that parrot is still feeding. I can guarantee you. I can see him right at the very end. It's right here, isn't it? More pigeons and other birds in the background here, eh? Let me zoom in. And the dog's barking. Very amazing that this parrot is still somehow persistently feeding. But it's such a nice thing to see. You can't see the actual colours of that bird because it's still pretty much tucked in the background. And the dog's just barking. Overall, in a sense. Just stunning to look at. Maybe I might probably leave that video here because, hey, it's going to be pretty long for today's stupid YouTube. But hey, that is it, the ringneck parakeet. Very nice I've shown you that bird in the middle, eh? Pretty small thing, but hey, really nice to know, especially if it's a very bright and beautiful sunny day. Better leave this video here. If you really enjoyed in this video so far of late, please give this video a like, subscribe for more flat videos in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching and bye for now.